back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you're trying to go big. Better run up the cash.
Well, I tell you what, we have an absolutely perfect Midwestern afternoon for football, and EA Sports brings you coverage of the NFL from Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd, and they're all set as they'll match up with the Arizona Cardinals. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go! Let's go! Set, hut, set, come on. And let's get this. Check.
This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Single, single slot. Mike 51.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Sean Williams there defensively to break that one up.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch the run. Heavy.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the 35-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hatch it.
Here you go. 93, 52, 93, 44.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A 1st down throw coming for Dalton. Got a man open. It's Wims. A gain of 6 there on first.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
On second down, here's Mixon. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Third down from the gun, Dalton. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And this one will be brought back to the 22. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
50 seconds, come on.
On second down, Johnson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Here we go. Set. Kick his head. Hold on. Watch the slap. Watch the slap.
He can run for it, and he will. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Zane Gonzalez for the Cardinal field goal. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. as they've got it 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Passing, it's Dalton, and the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
368. Hey, echo.
Mike's 59.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He gets this one to Boyd. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
You ain't going nowhere.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Let's go now. Mark it to Pittsburgh. Tight down. There you go.
On 1st down, Johnson, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They'll run it with Johnson. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. A lot of people felt Johnson was a little misused during what was a disappointing 2018. 940 yards on the ground, 7 touchdowns. Great for most, but not the season Johnson was hoping for. And he said this offseason, there are a lot of good running backs in the NFL, but I'm the best. And now he's trying to prove it, hoping to get back to the production that sent him to the Pro Bowl in 2016. That would certainly help his rookie quarterback, Johnson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 10. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes
pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. Hassan Reddick make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
It's just me and you.
go. 93, 52, 93, 44.
Throwing on second and long. Dalton. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Dalton under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Hassan Reddick in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Dalton now to pass. This one hauled in by Sample. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Here you go, Ken.
Third and 2 for Dalton. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Dalton going to break the huddle, come up first and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7 at the Cardinals.
Now Dalton. And this will be incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The Bengals on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third and 7. Dalton here from the gun. He's got his man, Boyd. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 23. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Here you go, 368.
59 Mike. Check, 59.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10.
They're running it. He's moving, boys, he's moving. Mike 5'9", I'm trying to.
2 by 2. Move.
Check 59.
Throwing again. Dalton. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. picked off at the 11. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
First and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, these offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
368. Hey, high 7.
59, Mike, 59,
Throwing. Dalton. Got an open man. Keelan Cole. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And this is going to be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's first and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence.
And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down.
13 yards on the play. And the Bengals 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Wow, Bill.
Here you go. 93, 52, 93, 44, 44. Here you go.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
From the gun, Dalton. He completes it to Boyd. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 36.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw here, Dalton. Open man is Ross, complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
368.
This will be Dalton again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Check 50. Check 50.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Switch it. Come here, switch it. Nice 57's right. Hey. Switch.
Murray now on 1st down. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Johnson running right. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. That ball complete to Isabella. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona first. Back now in Cincinnati. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now the dual threat man. This is DJ Foster. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
You think you won't get this? You think you won't get this? 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. Let's go, let's go. Hey, Mike, 51.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Able to find Isabella. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 29-yard line. Well, several media outlets thought Andy Isabella was the top receiver in this year's class out of UMass. He dominated his senior year there. 1,700 yards, 13 touchdowns. They really say that he can just take a top off a defense. He ran a 4.3 140 at the Combine, 3rd fastest of all attendees. And then he was taken 62nd. A lot of experts think he was a major bargain with loads of potential.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Bengals' 28-yard line.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And some room to maneuver. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
2nd and 10 at the
59
25-yard
mark.
line.
Check.
Regular.
Tight dog.
Hands up.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dalton toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Javon Wims, the intended target, and it's third down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Check 15.
On third down, Dalton. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down.
Here you go, 368. Here you go, Cam. Heavy.
25, check 25, check 25.
Bengals going for it. Here's Dalton. And that's going to be intercepted. The all-pro corner, Patrick Peterson.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Set, ready, go to base. Push him back.
They'll run on first down. Johnson. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. On second down, this is Edmonds. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
I'm here all day.
On third down, Johnson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
In your face.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it's a second down. Facing a second and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Under 61, matchbox lights.
Deuce. Kill.
Yeah, 5-6. Hands up.
Here's Dalton. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Any day.
2-2. Move.
On first and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Boyd. A gain of 6 there on first.
Out of bounds at the 22-yard line. It's
Easy work, and it's coming again.
Second and 4.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4.
All day. Motion.
And it'll be Dalton again. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Andy Dalton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
At the 17-yard line.
you over. I'm going to run you over.
On first down, it's Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Let's go.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.